Hey everybody, this is Claire, and this is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores or I go to estate sales, or sometimes I buy things from Craigslist, and I'm always looking for kind of like cool things that I think would be interesting or that I think you guys would like, and I try to find out as much as I can about them, and then I come back and tell you guys about them. So I've got a twofer for you today. It's not quite a twofer, it's kind of two things that go together, so we're just gonna go with this. So we've actually got a whole bunch of information straight off the bat, because what we have here is something with its original tag. Fitz and Floyd hand-painted Potpourri Simmerer with tea light candle. And there's a bit of a story about how I actually managed to get my hands on this. I'll just take that off for a second to show you the swans themselves. They're just pretty. They also have their original sticker at the back. This one, original sticker, and it's even been dated for us. And it has the original sticker saying, occasional smear-like spots may be slightly noticeable. It's inherent in design technique and it's not a flaw in the decoration. So this is pretty cool. Like, what's this, essentially the way this is supposed to be used is that you have this little nest stand, whatever you'd like to call it. It has a little tea light inside there. The swans, you see they have this little depression here. They sit on top, put your potpourri in, and they get warmed by the candle below, and you get the nice potpourri smell out of it. Did not realize that this was actually a thing you could do with potpourri, but like, you learn something new every day. This is what a potpourri simmerer is. And I really just like the fact that, like, this one has, you see the original sellotape even. I don't think this has ever actually been used. And we have our little instructions. Bowl full of these with water. Okay, I'll tell you this much. I am now confused because I read this and thought, oh, okay, so you put potpourri in here and the candle in here, and that's how it works? Right. Okay, so if anyone actually knows how you're supposed to use these, please do explain it to me, because now I just have no idea. Because this is just like, please be careful and not fill it up with at least halfway with water. What does that even mean? I mean, this has holes in it. You can't put water in this. Do you put water in this? Hey. Okay, clearly when I'm done with this video, I'm going to do some Googling to try to understand exactly what it looks like. Because although I can find information about this, I can only find pictures of it. And I haven't found any pictures of it actually being in use. I just made the obvious assumption that tea light goes in here, potpourri goes in here, stick swan on top of nests, and you know, nice smell comes out. I apparently have been wrong on that assumption, so this is yeah, going to be interesting. Anyway, well, apart from that, this is a very finely made little object. You can see this lovely nest with these leaves attached to it, and the tulips and everything there. We can also date it very precisely. It is 1987. This is part of the Swans vintage line. It has been discontinued since by Fitz and Floyd. Again, I picked this up in a thrift store. And now the story of how I actually got these is going to be very interesting. I picked this up first because I saw the little swans with their the little lid, and I looked at it and I thought they were beautiful. And I picked them up, turned them over, saw FF, and thought, oh, it's Fitz and Floyd, that's fantastic. And I ended up buying them. I bought this for, I think, $6. And I ended up, I went and looked online, I tried to figure out what they were, and it's like, oh, they come with a net, because I only found this in the thrift store, and that was it. And I was looking and I saw the pictures of the swans on top of their little nest, and I thought, oh, that's such a shame. They would have come with a nest, and now obviously the nest is gone. And I was very disappointed, but I thought, well, you know, it'll be okay, you know, I'll still be able to do a video and at least talk about it, because the swans themselves are just beautiful. Next week, go back to the same thrift store, rock up to the shelf, and what do I see? But the nest sitting out there with a price tag of $4 on it. And I thought, wow, what are the odds? And original tags and everything. And I immediately snapped it up because I recognized it from the pictures and thought, that's amazing. That's fantastic. I've got the set. I think what must have happened is that they put the swans out on the shelf, not realizing that they went together. And then I, wandered in and bought them and came back later and they put this out. And I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. We're just going to price them separately. So now we've actually got the set, which is lovely. So happy about that. But anyway, let's take a little bit of a look on, I'll show you guys a little bit about these. Fitz and Floyd, as you know, are like they're the very high-end porcelain or whatever. I've got a video, I think, on one of their reindeer that I did already. The reindeer, by the way, actually sold for, I think, $40, which is not bad for something that I bought for like $7 in a thrift store. I just knew looking at it that somebody was going to want a Fitz and Floyd reindeer candlestick from the 1980 something, because it wasn't being made anymore and they definitely needed to replace one that's broken. So, yeah, he sold very well. So if I just, come on, I'm going to the wrong thing. Here we go. Right, yes. Let's go to actually eBay, not Chrome. So the Fitz and Floyd swans, lovely, lovely pattern, only showed up in the 1980s. Beautiful, beautiful pieces all over the place, and they always have this lovely soft porcelain. Like, this is not quite shiny. I don't know if this shows up very well on the camera. This is not like the shiny, glossy porcelain that I'm used to seeing on teacups and whatever. This is delicate and soft and hand painted and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And there's the entire range that they did of this was always these entwined swans, and they only did it in the 1980s. It's usually like a date or whatever. I haven't been able to find one past like the 1980s yet. There's a few of them listed here, and obviously we have here the entwined swans, Potpourri, Simmerer, and Warmer. Again, I don't know what the Simmerer and Warmer. There's the Simmerer, that's the Warmer. But why do you put water in here with the Potpourri? So confused. But anyway, the swans line were this entire range of decorative items. There'd be vases, these little baskets, like the cups, I have to say, are just adorable, although I have no idea how exactly you're supposed to pick them up and handle them. I'm sure they're lovely to look at, I just don't know how usable they are. There's a lot of stuff going on there. It's like this is it's just what's available on eBay right at the second kind of thing. The range is about what you'd expect here. I think they're very delicate and beautiful if you're into that kind of thing. But what do they actually sell for? Now, we're going to disregard the Christmas stuff and not part of the same line and take a look at just these, which is the vintage Fitz and Floyd. So here we go. This is the planter, double swans, matte finish wedding love. This seems to come up as well, that apparently these were made specifically to be wedding gifts or for use at a wedding, which to be honest is a lovely sentiment. I really like that. This one is the pitcher. Again, how do you use that? Like, how do you pick that up? I'd be terrified of breaking it. I guess, if you want your perfect wedding, then sure. But here's some example of like the prices of these. Like, this one is the planter going for $50, this pitcher going for $41. This here, the set of mugs or whatever, best offer accepted, but this was still a set of 3 mugs that were selling for like over $50. Like ridiculous. This one, 2 of them selling for $37. Like, the pattern itself, if you can get it, as far as I can see, is quite popular. The one that's currently on sale on eBay is selling for 26 Canadian. I think that's about $20 US. That is about basically what the price I think is going to be correct for this particular, for the whole set, I think. It's very nice that this one has all of its original stickers and the original tag attached to it, as apparently never been used. The only thing that's kind of bothering me is that this says with tea light candle, and I remember picking it up in the thrift store and there was a tea light in it, and I thought that I ended up taking it out and leaving it on the shelf, and now I feel kind of stupid because I left it there. I should have, it was part of it, obviously. I should have taken it and I didn't. I was just being dumb. I'm going to have to get another tea light candle. I think I have a few around, wrap it up and put it in with it, because if I'm going to sell it, it's got to be sold as a complete set. So anyway, here's here is our wonderful little Potpourri Simmerer, warmer, whatever you're going to call it. I'm not entirely sure as to how it actually can be used. I'm sure I'll find out. It's very, very pretty even so. To be honest, just as a little decorative piece, it's absolutely delightful. I love the little swans basically huddling together, sitting on their nest. It's just very pretty. Anyway, this is my small joyful thing for the day. I hope you guys like it too, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.